Welcome to Criticum, a Fast production, and I'm your host, Uche Teresa Ezuko. And today we do have a special guest on our call out session on creativity and you. Today's guest comes to us from the West Indies, specifically from the island of St. Thomas in the United States, Virgin Islands. He brings a collection of careers after he achieved his master's degree in clinical social work. Let us turn to our guest and see what else he has to share with us. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Etienne Gibbs to the show. It's wonderful having you on the show with us, and I'm glad we could do this, okay? Making out time from your busy schedule. And you did talk about the hurricane too, so I do understand. I do know lots of things are going on right now, but I'm trusting that you are right on top of things. Wonderful. Welcome. Welcome to the show. All right. So you do have lots of careers. You've gone through lots of careers in your entire creative journey, your creative life. So tell us, how did you choose to become a social worker, a clinical social worker to be exact?
Oh my goodness. Let me go back a little bit in my head.
Okay.
I didn't know anything about social work. I didn't even plan to be a social worker. I didn't even, like I said, know anything.
Okay.
However, I was in the Air Force in California at the time, and I was determined. I used the Air Force to get my upper division grades done in my my undergraduate college. But I
Okay.
wanted to go into graduate school, and there was a graduate school in Sacramento right outside my door. So I went over there to check it out. There were three schools within the college or university, California State University. It was School of Psychology, School of Social Work, and School of something else I don't remember right now. Human Behavior, something like that.
Okay.
The only one that responded to me was the School of Social Work. It was very professional, binder. Let me show you. I'm sorry. They showed me a binder like this filled with all kinds of information that I needed to know. And I said, wow, that is impressive. So I went into the campus to see who's the head social worker and find out what I need to do. And I said, well, going. It was a 2-year program, so it was great.
Wonderful. Oh, that's good that you walked into that university, that school that day, and you came out some years later with a social work degree.
Yes, yes, I sure did.
That is
The
amazing.
other thing too is
Mhm.
when I came out with my social master's degree in
That's
social
great.
work and clinical social work, I was thinking, where would I go? Where would I go? But since I was Air Force veteran and I
Okay.
knew the Air Force was around, I happened to check to see what they had. Believe it or not, they were looking for black male social workers.
Being at the right place at the right time. Opportunity comes to those that are ready. And I
Yes,
think you're among those that, you were actually ready at the time, and boom, there you go.
things were very, very much falling in place.
Yes. Wonderful. Thank you so much, A10. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. That's really amazing. All right, so tell us, how did you become associated with your business name of executive and group development? And what are some of the services you offered your clients?
As a clinical social worker, I was asked to help when my Air Force duty was to work with child abuse prevention cases as
Okay.
well as education. In the process of doing that, there was a chaplain who was one of the members on the team who approached me and says, can you come to my office and help me do the training of parenting programs? I said, okay, I'll let you know. Now, in the back of my mind, I was scared because who am I to teach people to be parents when I was having a hard time trying to be a parent myself? No one taught me or assured me other than the class work.
Yeah.
I passed it off. I said, okay, I'll let you know. I'll let you know. And I I got to show you my hand. My hands are waving him away very politely. About a week later, he called me again. He said, "Well, are you ready now?" I said, "Well," and I didn't know what to say because I didn't want to be rough and rude. So I
That's
said, "Well,
right.
give me time. I'll let you know." And then a third time, this is a chaplain. He didn't give up on me.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Thank you. And I'm glad to hear that he didn't actually give up on you like 3 times. He kept on asking you, "Are you ready? Are you
Yes,
ready?
yes.
Are you ready?" You have to be ready. You have to do this. So it's really amazing. That is so good to hear, 18. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Thank you.
Well,
All
I'm
right.
speechless now.
Okay, so I noticed that you're active on the internet as a social media
Oh, yes,
consultant. So
yes,
besides social media consulting, what other
yes.
platforms have you pursued?
Well, I didn't know anything about social media at that time. I didn't know anything about internet at that time. So I learned as self-learned. And in the process, I wanted to keep up with my daughters who were in Louisville, Kentucky, and I was in the Louisville, Kentucky at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I could contact them with, remember MySpace way back when?
Yeah.
That's when my daughter told me that they were on. I said, okay, good. I'll be able to catch up with you. People were over in different directions here, there, and everywhere. He
Yeah.
never caught up. But I was interested with it because MySpace was like an earlier version of not MySpace, yeah, MySpace
Mm-hmm.
version of Facebook. So Facebook came around, and I said to my daughters, "Aren't you going to be able to be around so I can catch you or call on the phone?" But I would never have a time to really speak long. So they said, "Well, try me on Facebook." I said, "Okay, that'll be good. I'll go on Facebook." Well, it was on Facebook. Then I saw, wait a minute, there's other social medias. And then the one that really excited me the most was the one that had the James Bond gadgets in it. That happened to be Pinterest. But it didn't happen at first.
Yeah.
It happened later on because I was searching my way around social media and getting to know
Mm-hmm.
them. And at the time I wasn't interested in or involved with Instagram, but I was more interested in the MySpace, Facebook, and I started exploring for other ones.
Okay.
Well, and my mind went blank right now. There's the one that was in Southeast Asia, Dush. Oh, it'll come back to me, and I'll tell you in a while. But it was
Oh,
a
that's okay, Ted. That's
anyhow, I got
that's
on the.
okay. I don't want to juggle your brain too much. That's okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that with us today. Thank you. How did you come about creating podcast on the internet? I see that you have created the tripod boards on Pinterest.com. Tell us what they are and why you created them.
I wrote a book about growing up in the West Indies.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried to promote it through. Then I tried. I promoted it through Amazon, and in the process of doing that, I started looking around and said, "Where else can I go? Where else can I go? What else can I go in my book?" And I had a very difficult time doing that. But in the process of doing that, I said, well, what else could I do? And with my background in training individuals in child, not child abuse, but child abuse prevention, or
Right.
let's put prevention up front, prevention of child abuse.
Mm-hmm.
If we could do that, let's talk about relationships, let's talk about marriage, let's talk about parenting. And I got involved with parenting. And that's how I got involved with that same chaplain who got me involved with the parenting. I
Okay.
got in mind, I said, well, I have skills, let me put it out, make it available. And the problem was I was an author, but I wasn't aware of how I would market my books. Amazon would allow, would encourage me to do it, but it
Okay.
cost a lot more than I was ready to supply. I was retired at the time and living on retirement income. I couldn't do all that at the same time. So I figured, let me help people online with a podcast, and it worked out real fine. As a matter of fact, my first talk show was uh, staying safe on the internet.
Okay.
Yeah, I looked around and did a lot of articles. I wanted to put articles on the internet. I did that.
Mm-hmm.
All this was free. I was saying, the more I do it, the more I become experienced with it.
Yeah, the more you did it, the more you loved it, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
All that, and then I got into the podcast with the staying safe online.
that's right.
And I said, well, let's talk about the book. Let's talk about authors. If I'm having trouble trying to promote my book, I'm sure other authors have the same problem. So
So
that's how I got started.
thank you. Thank you so much for sharing all that with us today. Thank you. Thank you. And we're still on the show, Criticap of Fastside Production, and this is our call out session on creativity and you. And we do have a special guest. Etienne Gibbs is our special guest today. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe. And Etienne, you're still welcome to the show. Welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
All right. All right, so tell us, I understand that the dual hurricanes of 2017, Imer and Maria, knocked off your podcast in the Author's Corner with A10 and others of the internet. So are you planning to come back online?
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. I didn't really think about it at first,
Okay.
as I'm working more and more to correct my ebook store. I have an ebook store on the internet, but I didn't have time to really work with it like I would wanted to because I was hired as a clinical, not a clinical, as a clinical, not as a clinical social worker, but because
Right.
I was asked to be a crisis counselor for
Mm-hmm.
the survivors of the hurricane.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you so much. And I'm glad to hear that you're coming back online. We can wait to see you back online. Thank you so much for sharing all that with us. Thank you, A10. We're still on the show, Critical with Fastside Production, and this is our call out session on creativity and you. And today we do have a special guest. A10 is our special guest today, and for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe. And 18, you're still welcome to the show. Welcome. Welcome. All right, so tell us, I'm sure a lot of people out there are eager to know more about what you do. How can we reach out to you for collaborations or partnerships? We're all interested in getting to know you more.
Well, thank you very much for saying that. I'm so busy helping people that sometimes I don't even realize I'm helping. I need to help myself. Anyhow, people can reach me on Facebook. My name is Etienne. Well, just search Etienne A. Gibbs.
Okay.
I'm also on Instagram.
Okay.
Gibbs EA. Gibbs EA is my name.
Okay.
I'm also on Tumblr. And of course, I'm on Pinterest. One more place I need to share with people. You and I met because I was on social media.
Exactly. See, that's the power. That's the power of social media.
There you go. There you go.
Powers.
Yeah.
It's magical. It's magical what you can do. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, A10. Thank you so much for sharing all that with us today. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so before I let you go, I would like to quiz you a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna play a game together. And I'm gonna give you 10 seconds to answer this. So it's 10 seconds, so you either know it or you don't know it, but you have to know it. HM, you really have to know it.
All right.
As a blogger, tell us your 3 favorite blog posts. Something you would either read, write, or blog about. 10 seconds. Don't think about it. It should come like right away.
Okay, all right. For me, blogging is like anything else. It has to come from inside.
Okay.
I like to talk about or I have skills about why do it. And there are people doing things that looks ridiculous but doesn't make any sense. I believe to do blogging, person has to really give something of value to the audience. So to me, with my background, I talk about what I know: management, training, consulting, those kind of things. So I don't know if I have the answer you were looking for or not.
Okay, you know what? Whatever answer you give me now is gonna be correct because I like the part where you said blogging comes from within, like it
Yes,
comes from the inside.
yes,
Okay, there is nothing particular that catches your attention, but it's just something that your spirit is willing to talk about, to write about. So, which is good, and I'm gonna accept that as an answer. Thank you.
okay, thank you.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Etienne, for coming to the show. It was fun having you here. And like I said
Okay,
earlier, I'm looking forward to having you back online. And I'm looking forward to coming to your show as well. So thank you
you're
so much
good.
for coming to this show today.
Thank
Okay?
you for inviting me. Thank you, thank
You're,
you, thank you.
thank
My
you.
pleasure.
Okay.
Thank you. So long.
You're welcome.